They say blood is thicker than water. A cute little phrase from the before times, but they never tell you what to do when the water is a black tide of monsters, and the blood on your hands is the only thing keeping you and your sister alive. My name is Leo, and this is my confession. It's the story of my sister, Elara, and the secret she carried that broke our world all over again. It's been 6 years since the rifts opened. 6 years of running. Elara was 10 when the sky tore open and the first of the Goliaths fell from it, crushing half of downtown. I was 16. I grabbed her hand and we never stopped running. Now, she's a 16-year-old who has never known a day of peace, and I'm a 22-year-old who has forgotten what it feels like. Our life was a rhythm of scavenging and hiding. 2 days ago, we were in the skeletal remains of a supermarket. "Leo, look," Elara whispered, her voice a tiny chime in the echoing silence. She pointed a trembling finger at a dented can of peaches. A jackpot. One skitter lunged at me. I parried its side-like leg, the impact jarring my arm to the shoulder. Another one went for Elara. She was small but quick. She ducked under its lunge and stabbed at its underbelly, but the blade just scraped against its chitinous armor. Panic flared in my chest, hot and acidic. I saw the third skitter closing in on her from the side. She was trapped. No! The word tore from my throat, raw and desperate. And then something inside me snapped. A blinding, white-hot light erupted from my body. It wasn't just bright. It was solid, a concussive wave of force that slammed into skitters, sending them flying back into the shelves with a sickening crunch. Silence. The light faded, leaving me dizzy and gasping. Elara stared at me, her eyes wide. "Leo, what was that?" I had no idea. It had happened once before, a small flicker of light that had saved me from a cornered beast. I had dismissed it as a fluke. This was no fluke. "I don't know," I panted, grabbing the can of peaches. But we're not staying to find out. We found shelter in an abandoned subway station, the darkness a cold, damp blanket. As we shared the peaches, the sweet syrup a ghost of a forgotten world on our tongues, Elara looked at me. "That power, it's getting stronger," she said softly. "You can protect us, Leo. You can protect everyone." Her belief in me was a heavy weight. Over the next few weeks, we trained. I tried to summon the light, and with her coaching, I learned to control it. I could create small, hard light daggers for a few seconds, or a shield that could block a blow. With every monster we fought, my power grew, and so did the hope in Elara's eyes. Our biggest test came when we were crossing the old city bridge. A shadow tyrant, a massive winged beast that looked like something torn from a nightmare, descended from the sky. It was a creature of legend, one that wiped out entire squads of the old military. We were just 2 kids. "Leo, we have to fight," Elara yelled over the monster's shriek. "Remember what we practiced." The tyrant fired a beam of dark energy from its maw. I threw up a shield of light, the impact cracking it down the middle. The force sent me skidding back, my boots scraping against the asphalt. I channeled my energy, forming a spear of pure light in my hand. "Elara, distract it. Go for its eyes." She was a blur, weaving between overturned cars, throwing chunks of concrete to draw its attention. The tyrant swiped at her and she dove, rolling just as its claws tore through the spot where she'd been. That was my chance. With a roar, I hurled the light spear. It flew true, embedding itself in the creature's shoulder. It shrieked in pain and rage, turning its horrifying gaze on me. The battle was a whirlwind of light and shadow. I pushed my power to its limits, my body screaming in protest, my vision blurring. Finally, as it lunged for me, I summoned every last drop of energy into a final desperate blast. The explosion of light consumed the bridge, and when it faded, the shadow tyrant was gone, dissolving into black dust. I collapsed, my energy spent. Elara rushed to my side, her face pale with terror and relief. "You did it, Leo." "I knew you could." We found our way to a small, fortified settlement of about 50 survivors. For the first time in years, we slept with a roof over our heads that wasn't about to collapse. We had walls, guards, and hot meals. It felt like a dream. But the monsters, which had been a constant threat, were now relentless. The settlement was attacked almost daily, each wave stronger than the last. They were drawn here, and I was the only one strong enough to fight them back. I was becoming the hero Elara always said I could be. The truth came during the Red Night, a horde bigger than any we had ever seen threw itself at our walls. Goliaths, skitters, even 2 shadow tyrants. It was a tidal wave of death. As I stood on the wall, my light the only thing holding them back, I saw Elara. She wasn't fighting. She was standing in the center of the compound, her eyes closed, her hands glowing with a faint, dark energy. And I realized the horrifying truth. The monsters weren't just drawn to the settlement. They were drawn to her. I fought my way to her side. Elara, what is this? What are you doing? She opened her eyes, and they were filled with an agony I'd never seen before. I'm sorry, Leo, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. I never wanted you to find out. Find out what? I screamed as a Goliath smashed through a section of the wall. The rifts didn't just let monsters in, she choked out, the dark energy pulsing around her. They created people like me. We're beacons, they call us Nexus. We draw them in. The stronger I get, the more of them come. My world tilted. Every fight, every close call, every monster we ever faced. It was because of her. We weren't unlucky. We were a magnet for death. You knew? The betrayal was a physical blow. All this time? At first, I didn't understand, she cried. But then I saw your power. It only grew when you fought, when you protected me, I thought. I thought if I could make you strong enough, you could protect the whole world. You could end this. It was the only way. The settlement was falling. People were screaming, dying, all because of her plan. All because she used me our entire life as a training ground. The hero she was building was forged in the blood of everyone we met. And in that moment of pure, shattering rage and grief, I saw the rest of her plan in her eyes. She never intended to see it through. She grabbed my hand. You're strong now, Leo. Strong enough. She smiled, a broken, beautiful smile. I'm so proud of you, big brother. Before I could react, she pushed me away and the dark energy around her exploded outwards. It wasn't an attack. It was a call. A scream that only the monsters could hear. Every single beast, the ones inside the walls and the horde outside stopped. They turned their heads, their glowing eyes fixing on her. Elara, no! I scrambled towards her, but it was too late. She began to run away from the settlement out into the broken plains. And the entire horde, a sea of claws and teeth and nightmare fuel, followed her. They ignored me. They ignored the screaming survivors. They only wanted the beacon. I stood there, bathed in the glow of my own useless power, and watched as my sister led death away from us, disappearing over the horizon under a tide of monsters. I am the protector of this settlement now. My light is a shield, my power is a sword. I am everything she wanted me to be. But the blood that is thicker than water is a debt I can never repay. And every night I stare out at the horizon, hoping to see a flicker of light, but only ever seeing the darkness she ran into for my sake. She was my sister, and she was my sacrifice.